sign.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Head back once again at the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location at courtside. The Walla Blue Devil girls about to take on the Kamiakin Braves. Before we go any further, in earlier action this evening, both the Walla boys and girls junior varsity were defeated. The Walla girls JV defeated by the Baby Braves of Kamiakin, a final count of 57-26. And we now continue our Hutchins Family Farms pregame show with starting lineups. They're presented by Walla Walla County Commissioner and local farmer Todd Kimball. The next time you see Todd, ask him how he's doing, and he'll likely reply, better than I deserve. The starting lineup for the Kamiakin Braves, as announced by head coach Lane Shoemaker. Aubrey Heron will start at forward. She is 6 feet 2 inches tall and a senior. Crimson Childs will start at forward. She is 5 feet 9 inches tall and a senior. And she'll be joined in the starting lineup by Liv Whitemarsh Bass. She is 5 feet 10 inches tall and a senior forward. Ellie Heidemann, the Hermiston transfer, will start at guard. She is 5 feet 6 inches tall and a senior. And Taylor Shoemaker will get the call at guard. She is 5 feet 5 inches tall and a sophomore. The Braves this evening will be without the services of Imani Smith. She is a forward. She is 6'1" and a junior. For the Walla Blue Devils, their starting lineup as announced by head coach Mike Clark. No surprises. Macy Agert will start at guard. She is 5 feet 2 inches tall and a senior. Jaylyn Davenport will start at post. She is 5 feet 11 inches tall and a senior. Addie Andrews will start at guard. She is 5 feet 6 inches tall and a senior. Bridget Boyd will start at guard. She is 5 feet 9 inches tall and a junior. And rounding out the Walla starting lineup tonight at post will be Miriam Hutchins. She is 5 feet 11 inches tall and a senior. The starting lineups were presented by Walla Walla County Commissioner and local farmer Todd Kimball. Next time you see Todd, ask him how he's doing, and he'll likely reply, better than I deserve. That will do it for our pregame show. It was presented by our friends at Hutchins Family Farms, proud supporters of Walla Blue Devil and Dayton Bulldog Athletics. Hutchins Family Farms, engaged in our community and helping to provide the world with a safe and abundant food supply. We will continue from the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium after a 3-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters, 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Why do so many people listen to KGDC and KGDC2? Could it be our market exclusives on the top 2 names in conservative news? KGDC 92.9 FM has 10 minutes of Fox News each and every hour. And KGDC2 102.3 FM is the exclusive home of townhall.com radio news. Plus, our stations have market exclusives on powerful features such as Breakpoint, Focus on the Family Minute, Dr. James Dobson's Family Talk, and more. 92.9 FM and 102.3 FM, the best radio in Walla Walla.
Hello, Sarah Rick, Service Director at Walla Walla Toyota. We have a cutting-edge new technology for alignment checker and laser tire tread analyzer. This is the only tool that's designed in our area.
We hope you enjoy this evening's contest and support our efforts to respect human dignity by promoting good citizenship and sportsmanship in high school and scholastic athletics.
I think so. Negative risk. No, just start beating them up.
Now, let's get our players and coaches for sightseeing. First, the reserves for the visiting Braves. Number 4, Savannah Rendell. Number 23, Imani Smith. Number 24, Avery Schumacher. Number 30, Isabel Christensen. Number 32, Mary Lima. And number 33, Ellie Smart.
No start sections? Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Now, the starting 5 for the Kamiakin Braves. Senior number 10, Aubrey Heron. Senior number 12, Crimson Childs. Senior number 14, Liv Whitemarsh Bass. Senior number 20, Kelly Heidman. And sophomore number 22, Taylor Schumacher. The Braves are coached by the birthday boy, Blake Schumacher. Bill Schumacher is assisted by Andrew Walla.
So don't go!
Blue Devils fans, get on your feet for your 2024-25 Walla Blue Devils basketball team. First, your Blue Devils reserves. Number 2, Joe Martinez-Mato. Number 5, Mariana Mendoza. Number 10, Delilah Francis. Number 11, Shayla Creason. Number 20, Corinne Hay. Number 21, Lucy Billingsley. And number 22, Bethany Hyder. And number 32, Maddie Oliveras. And now, the starting lineup for the Blue Devils. It's senior number 1, Mason Edgar. It's senior number 12, Jalen Davenport. It's senior number 14, Addison Andrew. It's junior number 23, Bridget Boyd. And it's senior number 30, Marianne Hutchin. The head coach of the Walla Blue Devils is Mike Clark. Assistant coach Clark is Mark Korak, Stacey Klingenberg, and Maggie Nicholson. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I invite you to rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
An education program under the guidance of longtime educator Amy Reed.
This is a great exploratory career pathway course to see if this might be the right profession for you.
Director of Alternative Learning Programs Rob Aarons appreciates having online school, part-time in-person programs, and ways to accelerate earning credits to get back on track for graduation.
One size does not often fit all, and I'm proud to be part of the Walla Walla Public Schools where we're able to offer so many educational offerings for our students.
And finally, Family Engagement Coordinator Pam Clayton appreciates Whitman College for coordinating Science Family Nights at all elementary schools.
It helps families be able to connect with their children on a level that's just a lot of fun and be able to engage with the learning that they're doing in a non-threatening environment.
And that's Walla Walla's focus on education.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
And now, for the first time in 3 weeks, the Wahai Fight Song. In our first quarter this evening, presented by our good friend and former Wahai athlete Darren Harvey at Mountain High Truck and Equipment. The officials for this contest out of the Blue Mountain Officials Association, Mo Hancox. He is assisted this evening by Zach Widmer and Mike Gregg. Well, Mo was stationed between Widmer and Gregg on the far sideline, but now it appears that it is in fact Zach Widmer who is the crew chief for this contest, to be assisted by Mo Hancox and Mike Gregg. Jalen Davenport to jump center for the Blue Devils. She'll be opposed in the center circle by Aubrey Heron of the Kamiakin Braves. The ball in the air, the tip controlled by the Blue Devils, and we are underway at 5:52 on this Friday evening. Macy Agert with a basketball. Kamiakin in a lady-to-lady defense. Pass on the near side to Andrews. Inside for Davenport. Shot put up no good, but she is fouled by Aubrey Heron. Heron picks up the first foul of the ball game. A nice pass from the near side, and Aaron is whistled for the foul. Jalen Davenport at the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first in the air, and it's in and out and back in again. Jalen coming into the game 4.7 points per game on the season. And she makes the first free throw and misses the second. Too strong off the back of the rim. Heron grabs the rebound for Kamiakin. And here come the Braves for the first time on offense. Shoemaker far side. On the wing it goes to Childs. Now a pass inside to Childs. A give and go after a pass from the far side by Heron. And a foul is going to be called on the Blue Devils. And that is whistled on Bridget Boyd. Crimson Childs to the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Blue Devils up at the moment by 1-0. We are 28 seconds in to the first quarter. The second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw up and good by Childs. And like Davenport, splits the pair, and we are tied at 1. Near side Hutchins with a basketball. Off to Macy Agert. Dribbles to the near side. Around a pick by Davenport. Ball lost on the far side by the Blue Devils. Wallhigh turns it over to Kamiakin. Ball's inbounded to Heidemann. Far side to Shoemaker. Middle of the floor to Heron. Back on the near side to Heidemann. Heidemann gets it in the near corner to Childs. Gets it inside for a shot put up and good from the low block by Whitemarsh Bass. And the first field goal of the game goes to the Braves, who lead by a score of 3-1. Agert with a pass inside for Andrews. One dribble, and she lays the ball up and in. Addie Andrews knots the score at 3-3. Far side Shoemaker with a basketball. Gets it middle of the floor to Heron. Far side to Whitemarsh Bass. Inside for Childs. Beautiful ball movement on the part of the Braves. And Childs lays the ball up and in. And it's 5-3 in favor of Kamiakin. Pass inside by Andrews. Knocked away and out of bounds by Heron. And Wallhigh will retain an inbound on the baseline in front court with 24 seconds on the shot clock. 6:34 remaining in the first. Kamiakin 5, the Blue Devils 3. Hutchins near side, jumper on the way, an air ball. Rebound is going to be knocked out of bounds far side by Bridget Boyd. And the ball back to Kamiakin. Whitemarsh Bass to inbound in the backcourt. Gets it into Heidemann. The former Hermiston Bulldog crosses the midcourt line on the dribble, gets a double pick out front. Pass on the near side to Whitemarsh Bass, far side to Childs. Childs, free throw line extended, gets it up top to Shoemaker. Shoemaker will drive into the lane, kick it in the far corner to Heidemann. 3 on the way, is off the rim, no good. Rebound off to Heron. Bounce it up top, Whitemarsh Bass. Off for Childs at the free throw line, goes into the lane, puts it up, and has her shot blocked in the lane, and the loose ball off to Bridget Boyd. Pass on the near side is nearly picked off by Heidemann. And are we going to have a foul called? No, the ball knocked out of bounds near side, away from Andrews by Heidemann. And the Blue Devils will inbound on the sideline near side. Top of the key extended. Boyd gets it in to Agert. Macy on the dribble, guarded by Shoemaker. Far side it goes to Andrews, now to Agert. Bounce it high post to Davenport. Jalen, couple of dribbles, bounce it inside for a cutting Boyd. Can't handle the ball, recovers it far side, gets it on the wing to Andrews. 3 on the way by Addie, off the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound off to Heron. Heron down the near side, cut off as she crosses the midcourt line. Now it's Whitemarsh Bass on the far side to Heidemann. Heidemann will drive into the lane, throw it up, a scoop shot, no good, but she is knocked to the deck and fouled on the play. And that foul is whistled on the Blue Devils' Bridget Boyd. That is 2 fouls on Boyd and 2 on the Blue Devils. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Lucy Billingsley will check in momentarily. The first free throw by Heidemann is around and off, no good. .531 remaining in the first. Kamiakin 5, the Blue Devils 3. Second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw by Heidemann is up and good. And Kamiakin leads 6-3. Just over 2.5 minutes in to the first quarter. Far side Billingsley with the basketball. Guarded by Childs. Lucy on the dribble. Far side to Hutchins. Miriam with the basketball. Around a pick by Davenport. Hits it into Davenport. Into the lane she goes and puts the ball up and in over Heron. Jaylyn Davenport with a deuce, and it's 6-5 in favor of Kamiakin. Exactly 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Here's a pass inside to Heron. Cutting to the goal, lays the ball up and in. Off the dish, near side by Whitemarsh Bass. Heron, the second leading scorer in the MCC coming into the weekend with her first deuce of the game, and Kamiakin leads by a score of 8-5. Here is Eggert with a basketball just inside the free throw line. Crossover move, puts it up, missed it off the glass. Inbound, not an inbounds pass, but a save attempt by Kamiakin. Whitemarsh Bass goes right to Jaylyn Davenport. She lays the ball up and in. She has a half dozen in the game, and it's 8-7 in favor of Kamiakin. 4:20 and counting left in the first quarter. Here is Childs into the lane, throws up a runner off the glass and good. Childs with 5 in the game, and it's 10-7 in favor of Kamiakin. 4:08 and counting left in the first. Near side, here is Eggert with a basketball. Eggert on the dribble against Shoemaker. Far side to Billingsley. Round a pick by Eggert. Lucy into the lane, throws one up, off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound and scores with the left hand. Lucy Goosey, Blue Devil Nation. 10-9 Kamiakin, 3:46 and counting left in the first. That is your Edward Jones scoreboard update. In the lane, here's a shot thrown up, an air ball by Whitemarsh Bass, and the Blue Devils get the rebound. Davenport on the far side to Eggert. Macy Eggert on the wing, on the dribble. Stops, looks, pass out front to Davenport. Davenport, top of the key area. Now to Eggert, 3 straight away by Macy. Off the front of the rim, no good, and the rebound off to Heidemann. Heidemann near side to Childs. Childs front court, off to Heidemann. In the far corner, Shoemaker spots up for a 3. That one is good. Bruce Reed 3 for Taylor Shoemaker. 13-9 at Kamiakin. 3:03 left in the first quarter. Clock running. Here is Eggert with a basketball near side in the near corner to Miriam Hutchins. Hutchins up top for Andrews. Andrews into the lane, drops it off for Billingsley. Billingsley will dribble to the top of the key. Nearly had the ball knocked away. Terminates the dribble. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Here is Eggert with a basketball. Loops it inside for Davenport. The ball is intercepted by Heron. The ball back to Kamiakin on the Blue Devil turnover. Heron front court, loops it inside. Heidemann with a basketball. Far corner Shoemaker for 3. That one's off the rim, no good. And the rebound off to Davenport. Jaylyn off to Lucy Billingsley. Billingsley into the lane, near side Eggert. Eggert to the free throw line, dribbles into the lane, throws one up over Shoemaker, hits nothing but glass, rebound up to Heron, outlet pass far side taken by Andrews. Andrews is going to be called for an offensive foul as Shoemaker went down. That's the third team foul in the quarter on the Blue Devils. And Wheatland Bakery substitutions for both teams. Corinne Hayes and Delilah Franzen in for the Blue Devils. And checking in for Kamiakin is Isabel Christensen. The scoreboard update moments ago presented by our good friend Hank Warden at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. Give Hank a call at 509-240-3948. Up top, Whitemarsh pass for 3. That one off the rim, no good. Christensen with an offensive rebound. Gets it on the far side to Childs. In the far corner, Shoemaker for 3, and she knocks another one down. Or is it a 2-point goal? It's a 2-point goal. It's a 2-point goal, as indicated by the official, and it's 15-9 in favor of Kamiakin. They announced it as a 3-point field goal, but Mike Gregg, the official on the far side, indicated it was a 2-point field goal, so it is 15-9 in favor of Kamiakin. 1:38 and counting left in the first quarter. Near corner Shoemaker loops it in. The ball knocked away by Hayes and taken by Hutchins. Kamiakin turns it over. Far side Franzen with a basketball. Up top to Eggert. Eggert loses the ball, and Heron will get it into the front court to a cutting Shoemaker. Her land is no good. There is Heron for the follow, and she is fouled. Could have been 2 shots for Kamiakin. That foul called on Delilah Franson.
Delilah Franson, that's her first personal foul, 14th foul.
Herron at the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first is up and good. Addie Andrews re-enters for the Blue Devils. A Wheatland Bakery substitution. Re-entering for Kamiakin is Ellie Heidemann. Scoreboard says 17-9 Kamiakin. The second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw is in and out. And the rebound off to Miriam Hutchins. Hutchins into the front court. To Hayes. Far side Franzen. Shot on the way, no good. And the rebound off to Christensen. Far side to Heidemann. Approaching the final minute. Time remaining at first quarter. Scoreboard says 17-9 at Kamiakin. Near side here for 3 points. And airballing it on the near side is Childs. An attempt to save the ball from going out of bounds goes for naught on the part of Herron, and the Blue Devils will get the basketball back with 54 and 6/10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Lucy Billingsley front court, bounce a pass near side to Hayes. Her pass intended for Hutchins in the lane, knocked away by Christensen, taken by Kamiakin, and the Braves score in transition as Herron goes to the goal strong, lays the ball up and in. Another near turnover by the Blue Devils. Ball knocked out of bounds far side, and the ball will stay with the Blue Devils. The ball knocked out of bounds by Kamiakin, and we have a timeout called, I believe, by the Blue Devils. No, it is not a timeout. So the Blue Devils will inbound on the far sideline in front court with 36 and 4/10 seconds remaining in period 1. 19-9 in favor of Kamiakin. Far side Billingsley now to Hutchins. Pass on the near side for Andrews. Andrews into the lane, dribble the ball off her foot. Ball goes right to Hutchins, who bakes the ball up and in, high post right side. Miriam Hutchins averaging 12.7 points per game on the season, has her first deuce in this contest, and it's 19-11 in favor of Kamiakin. Here's a pass out front, knocked away by Billingsley, recovered by Childs. Down to 12 seconds left in the quarter. Childs goes into the lane, throws up a left-hander and missed it off the glass. Rebound off to Corinne Hayes. Hayes into the front court with 5, with 4. Pass on the near side for Andrews. Scoops a pass to Billingsley. She'll drive near side, put it up with the left hand, no good, as the first quarter comes to an end. And here at the end of the first period, Kamiakin at 19 and Wahai 11. And we'll be back after a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. Listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Need to make your house or apartment a little bigger? Hey, remodeling's expensive. All you need to do is store some of your stuff. And Burn Street RV and Mini Storage has the perfect size units for you. Burn Street RV and Mini Storage is located just off of Reese Avenue over by Memorial Golf Course, right here in Walla Walla. Call 520-1467 for more information on the available sizes. That's 520-1467. And if you mention that you heard this ad on the radio, you'll get a special rate. Call now, 520-1467 for Burn Street RV and Mini Storage.
KHSS2 94.1 is Walla Walla's Classic FM. If you're a classical music lover, there's now another choice on the dial that airs gorgeous classical music, honest-to-goodness news, and interesting daily features that will help you love your country a little more and come to a greater appreciation of God's creation. We conceived of Walla Walla's Classic FM way back in 2016, and it's finally here at 94.1 on your FM dial. So give Walla Walla's Classic FM a try. I think you'll enjoy the experience.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Also brought to you in part by our friends Rodney and Kelly Bullington and Oregon Grain Growers, using local grains and ingredients to showcase local agriculture. Oregon Grain Growers, 511 Southeast Court Avenue in Pendleton. And our second quarter this evening presented by our good friend and former Wahai athlete Darren Harvey at Mountain High Truck and Equipment. Kamiakin Brave Girls leading the Wahai Blue Devils 19-11, now 22-11, as a Bruce Reed 3 near side is drained by Ellie Heidemann. That is the third Bruce Reed 3 of the game for Kamiakin. Braves lead 22-11. Here is Corinne Hayes driving near side, and she lays the ball up and in. Corinne Hayes puts them in a daze for the first time this evening, and it's 22-13 in favor of Kamiakin. Far side, it is Childs with a basketball. Blue Devils in a 2-3 zone. Near side, Herron. Herron, near corner to Childs, the daughter of former Kamiakin and Washington State football star Ron Childs. Now it's on the far side. Now we swing it back to the near side to the Braves. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Far side here is Heidemann, and Heidemann does not get the shot off. She got it off too late. The shot clock violation gives the ball back to the Blue Devils. Andrews far side with the basketball. High post to Hutchins. Back up top to Andrews. Near side Billingsley. On the wing to Corinne Hayes against Childs. She'll hand off to Billingsley. Billingsley drives into the lane. Here is a crossover move. Shot put up with the left hand, no good. Rebound off to Hutchins, and Miriam attempting the follow is fouled. And that foul is called on White Marsh Bass. Her first.
That's her first personal foul. First team foul.
Miriam Hutchins to the stripe for a pair of Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first is good. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Macy Agert into the contest. She is in for Corinne Hayes. The Blue Devils without the services of Hadley Heiner this evening due to a bad back. Hoping all the best for Hadley, who is an absolutely delightful young lady, as are all the members of this Wall-High girls basketball team, as Miriam Hutchins connects on the second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw, and here is a response at the other end by White Marsh Bass of Kamiakin. A 2-point field goal in the lane, and it's 24-15 in favor of Kamiakin. Near side, Davenport with the basketball. Up top to Agert, far side to Billingsley, in the far corner to Andrews, high post to Hutchins. Miriam will bounce it to Billingsley, near side Agert. Macy will bounce it to Hutchins at the high post. Shot on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound deflected by Kamiakin and taken by Childs. Childs front court near side for the Lady Braves, who lead 24-15. Just over 2 minutes in to the second quarter. White Marsh Bass for the pass inside to Heron, and Heron lays the ball up and in. She has 7 points in the contest, and Kamiakin up double figs, 26-15. 5:43, and counting left in the second quarter. Billingsley near side between the rings to Macy Agert. Agert bounce it near side to Billingsley. Bounce it in for Hutchins. Up top for Agert. The ball gets away. It's recovered by Macy at the midcourt area. Dribbles to the far wing. Off for Addie Andrews. Near side Billingsley. Shot on the way with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Rattles in and out. Rebound to Hutchins. Her put back in the lane. Nothing but glass. And the rebound comes off to Agert, and her shot is blocked inside by White Marsh Bass. Here is Heidemann with a pass inside for Childs. Waits for Billingsley to go by and lays the ball up and in. 28-15 Kamiakin. 3 minutes in to the second quarter. Near side Billingsley between the rings. Now it's back on the near side to Billingsley. A three on the way by Lucy is off the rim, no good, and the rebound off to Shoemaker. Shoemaker, far side to Heidemann. Heidemann in transition. Heidemann into the lane. Near side to Heron. Gets it up top to Shoemaker. Far side, White Marsh Bass for three. And that one's in and out, a heartbreak. Rebound comes off to Heron, and her put back in the lane is good. And the Braves now doubling the Blue Devils. It's 30-15, and Mike Clark wants a timeout. 4:36 remaining second quarter. 30-15 Kamiakin, and we'll be back after a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Did you know that the first air conditioner was not created for cooling purposes? It was actually designed to control humidity. Air conditioners have come a long way since then, and they do so much more. The latest Carrier systems not only regulate moisture, they also keep you comfortably cool and improve indoor air quality. If you're in the market for a new air conditioner, ask the team at Grassy Refrigeration for their advanced options from Carrier. Turn to the experts. Call Grassy today at 529-9700. That's 529-9700.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Back once again at the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium. Roy Elia coming here from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. The Wall-High Blue Devil girls trailing the Kamiakin Braves by a score of 30-15. Tomorrow we'll be coming to you from Kennewick. Wall-High boys and girls will be taking on the Kennewick Lions. Some matinee action for you. We'll take the air at 2:45 tomorrow afternoon. The girls' game scheduled for a 3:15 tip-off, followed by the boys' game at or around 5 o'clock. We have 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining to be played in the second quarter of this contest, and the Blue Devils possess the basketball after the Knocking Point timeout period. Near side Andrews with the basketball. Addie to the top of the key. Up top for Bridget Boyd. A Wheatland Bakery substitution during the knocking point timeout. Here is Andrews. Drops it off far side for Eggert. A three on the way by Macy is good. Eggs all around for Blue Devil Nation after that. Bruce Reed, three by Macy Eggert, and that means $10 donated by George and Chase Hessler at Edward Jones. Those $10 going to Big Blue Boosters. 30-18 in favor of Kamiakin as we go inside of 4 minutes remaining second quarter. That is your Edward Jones, Hank Warden scoreboard update. Far side, Whitemark for three. It's no good. Offensive rebound taken by Heron. Pass inside, reverse lay-in put up and good by Childs. Childs with 9. 32-18 in favor of Kamiakin. Far side with the basketball. Here's Andrews driving in. Bounce pass on the near side for Boyd. And the ball knocked out of bounds by Kamiakin. Knocked away by Heidemann. And it will be Blue Devil ball. Christensen, a Wheatland Bakery substitution for Kamiakin. And she replaces Childs with 3:34 remaining in the second quarter. Hutchins with the basketball. Far side Boyd. Bridgie for three. Going to be short. And the rebound saved in bounds by Hutchins. Saved it right to Heidemann of Kamiakin. Heidemann calls out play three as she crosses the midcourt line on the dribble. Still on the dribble. Goes into the lane. Throws up a scoop shot. No good, but a foul is going to be called. A blocking foul on Miriam Hutchins. Miriam with her first of the ball game. Heidemann to the stripe for two Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first is good. Wheatland Bakery substitutions for both teams. Corinne Hayes re-enters for the Blue Devils for Miriam Hutchins. Into the Kamiakin lineup is Avery Shoemaker. Heidemann's second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw misses off the front of the rim, and the rebound off to Addie Andrews. 33-18 Kamiakin, 3:10 and counting left in the second quarter. Far side, Andrews with the basketball. High post to Hayes. Bounce it up top to Andrews. Andrews far side. Stops. Pass on the near side by Boyd and by Higgins. And out of bounds, and the ball back to Kamiakin. Scoreboard update moments ago presented by our good friend Hank Warden at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. Give Hank a call at 509-240-3948. Heron far side with the basketball. Off to Heidemann. Heidemann barks out some instructions with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Near side, Avery Shoemaker. Between the rings to Heron. Heron dribbles to the near side. Up top, Shoemaker. Three straight away. Going to be short. Offensive rebound taken by Christensen. Her pass far side stolen by Andrews. Off to Bridget Boyd. And now to Macy Eggert. Eggert into the front court with a basketball. Bounce it far side to Addie Andrews. Free throw line extended. Up top to Boyd. Boyd driving near side. She'll throw it up. It is blocked by Heron. Pass inside by Boyd. Knocked away and out of bounds by Kamiakin. And it will be Blue Devil basketball. Also brought to you in part by our friends Rodney and Kelly Bullington at Oregon Grain Growers, using local grains and ingredients to showcase local agriculture. Oregon Grain Growers, 511 Southeast Court Avenue in Pendleton. Back into play, a lay-in put up and good by Jaylyn Davenport, who has 7 points in the game, and it's 33-20 in favor of Kamiakin as we go inside of 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Near side, Whitemarsh Bass. Off to Heron, now to Whitemarsh Bass. A three on the way off the back of the rim, no good. And an over-the-back foul is going to be called on Heron as she climbed the back of Corinne Hayes, who had good inside position to clean that rebound. And a Wheatland Bakery substitution. Taylor Shoemaker re-enters for Kamiakin. She is in for Heidemann. 2 team fouls in the quarter on Kamiakin. And the Blue Devils with a basketball. Far side, it's Bridget Boyd. One dribble, far corner, Andrews. Andrews pass deflected right back to her. Bounce it in the lane for Corinne Hayes. Hayes will bounce it inside for Davenport. Puts it up, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Davenport, away from Heron. And the ball back to Kamiakin. A nice looking play, but the shot was not there in the low block. And a Wheatland Bakery substitution. Miriam Hutchins re-enters, and she is in for Addie Andrews. 90 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Kamiakin 33 and the Blue Devils 20. Far side, Avery Shoemaker with a basketball. She'll go into the lane, get it up top. Whitemarsh Bass, the three on the way is off the rim, no good. And the rebound taken by Hutchins. Miriam, far side, Corinne Hayes. Hayes up top to Eggert. Now on the near side to Boyd. Bridget dribbles in, has a pass deflected. It's recovered by Davenport. Jalen into the lane. Off for Eggert. Far side Hayes. Hayes cut off on the baseline by White Marsh Bass. Pass near side, stolen by Christensen. Gets it in the front court. And the ball is intercepted by Macy Eggert. A nice defensive play on the part of the Blue Devils ace, wearing that number 1 jersey. Hutchins far side, 3 on the way is no good. Rebound off to Christensen. Now to Avery Shoemaker. And on the far side, it goes to White Marsh Bass. She'll drive in, and she is going to be tied up on the far side by Corinne Hayes. And the ball back to the Blue Devils on the alternating possession with 41 and 7/10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Wheatland Bakery substitutions for both teams. Lucy Billingsley in for the Blue Devils for Jalen Davenport. And in for Kamiakin is Crimson Childs. She is in for Heron. Far side, it is Boyd with a basketball between the rings. Now it's on the near side, Billingsley. Up top for Macy Eggert. Bounce it to the high post to Hutchins. Inside for Hayes. Hayes one dribble, puts it up near side. It's off the front of the rim. And the rebound knocked out of bounds by Bridget Boyd. And the ball back to Kamiakin. 33-20 Kamiakin. 28 seconds remaining to be played in the second quarter. Out of the backcourt is Taylor Shoemaker for the Kamiakin Lady Braves. Round a pick by Christensen. And she'll get the ball to Christensen inside the free throw line. Now it's Avery Shoemaker off to Taylor Shoemaker. The shot clock is off. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Still on the dribble is Shoemaker. Dribbles to the far side. Far side to Avery Shoemaker. Tries to go through a double team, has the ball knocked away and out of bounds by the Blue Devils. And Kamiakin will retain with 2.7 seconds left in the second quarter. Wheatland Bakery substitution, Delilah Frenzen back into the ball game for the Blue Devils. And Kamiakin inbound on the baseline in front court. White Marsh Bass to get it in. Gets it in the lane for Christensen. Shot in the lane is an air ball. Rebound Billingsley, and that will do it for the first half. And here at the halftime, Kamiakin 33, Wahai 20. Coming up next, the land title of Walla Walla County Halftime Report after a 2-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
It's not until our car breaks down that it hits home just how dependent we are on horseless carriages. With car engines lasting longer than ever, car transmission repair or replacement is also more common than ever. If you're in need of having your transmission repaired or replaced, we can help you. Hello, Walla Walla. I'm Julie Doty. My husband Zach and his crew at Walla Walla Transmission are known for quality service and reliability. Come see us at Walla Walla Transmission, just north of West Rose Street at 204 Bennett, Walla Walla.
Change is inevitable, and the change of life events is something we all live through, whether it's the joy of a new marriage or business partnership or the stress and emotion of losing a loved one. Financial advisors Bill Fleener and Brandon Zarro of D.A. Davidson are committed to providing trusted advice through life's key moments. Life changes fast. Fleener Zarro Wealth Management is ready to help. Visit them at 102 West Main Street, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC.
Did we hear your New Year's resolution was to travel more in 2025? The Walla Walla Regional Airport and Alaska Airlines has got you covered with 101 one-stop destinations through Seattle. Escape the cold, dreary days with a great flight schedule to Belize City to enjoy the natural beauty and cultural heritage. Experience the enlarged and remodeled security and gate area in the terminal building. Book your tickets today on alaskaair.com and fly Walla Walla, where your parking is always free.
Do you want to know what's really going on in the Walla Walla Valley? Today's Union Bulletin offers you more ways to stay connected with your community, in print, on the web, or on social media. And now, a full print replica edition is available online for subscribers. Now publishing for more than 150 years, the Union Bulletin is proud to support our communities with local, independent journalism. Support your home team community newspaper. Visit union-bulletin.com today.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And back once again at the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location at courtside. And a change. The second field goal by Taylor Shoemaker was in fact a 2-point field goal. It, by accident, was announced as a 3-point field goal. So Kamiakin, in fact, led 18-11 at the end of the first quarter of this game, and they lead here at halftime by a score of 33, or make that 32-20. With that, we now welcome you to our halftime report, presented by our good friend Phil Wasser, land title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. Land title of Walla Walla County handles all kinds of real estate transactions, both commercial and private, including broker and for sale by owner transactions. Land title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. And we begin our land title of Walla Walla County halftime report with halftime statistics presented by our good friends, Wall High alums Jay and Paul Babbitt at the MacArthur Company. Pasco office serves the Tri-Cities area, Yakima Valley, and Northeast Oregon. MacArthur Company provides wholesale construction materials for residential roofing, commercial roofing, HVAC, mechanical insulation, and waterproofing products. Call 509-542-5837 for more information. The first half scoring for Kamiakin. Heron with 9, Childs with 9, White Marsh Bass with 4, Heidemann with 4, Taylor Shoemaker with 5. Kamiakin 13 first half field goals, 1 from Bruce Reed range. The Braves 4 for 6 from the free throw line in the first half of this ball game, and Kamiakin was called for 3 personal fouls. For the Blue Devils, Macy Agert with 3, Jalen Davenport with 7, Addie Andrews with 2, Corinne Hayes with 2, Lucy Billingsley with 2, and Miriam Hutchins with 4. The Blue Devils in the first half with 8 field goals, 2 from Bruce Reed territory. The Blue Devils were 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and the Blue Devils were called for 5 personal fouls in the first half. Halftime statistics were presented by our good friends, Wall High alums Jay and Paul Babbitt at the MacArthur Company. Pasco office serves the Tri-Cities area, Yakima Valley, and Northeast Oregon. MacArthur Company provides wholesale construction materials for residential roofing, commercial roofing, HVAC, mechanical insulation, and waterproofing products. Call 509-542-5837 for more information. In our halftime score, Kamiakin 32, Wahai 20. And we will continue our land title of Walla Walla County halftime report with a wrestling update after a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Ready to make some big changes in your home? Here at Connors Flooring and Design, we understand that investing in new flooring, tile, and countertops involves big decisions that you want to get right the first time. Since 1974, our family-owned business has helped you find the right materials for your home and budget, working with local licensed pro installers to ensure your investment will perform. Come see us today and get a free estimate. Experience our Golden Rule service at Connors Flooring and Design.
You're listening to Walla Walla's top news talk sports radio station, KGDC AM 1320. Now you can experience Fox News, the Mariners, the Cougars, your favorite talk radio programs, and Wahai Blue Devils Radio crystal clear at FM 92.9. And check out KGDC2 at 102.3 FM. There you'll find Glenn Beck, Clark Howard, Dave Ramsey, Mark Levin, Red Eye Radio, and College Place Hawks Radio. That's KGDC2 at 102.3 FM.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And welcome back to the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. The Wahai Blue Devil girls trailing the Richland, I don't think so. Trailing the Kamiakin Braves by a score of 32-20 here at the halftime break. Was thinking about our wrestling update for just a quick moment. That's why I almost said Richland, but in fact meant Kamiakin. Wahai trailing here at halftime 32-20, and our land title of Walla Walla County halftime report continues with a wrestling update presented by our good friends Dr. Antonio Caso and Dr. Cecil Ash at Walla Walla Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Walla Walla OMS located at 312 South 3rd Avenue. The Wahai boys and girls wrestlers concluded the regular season on Thursday night. with a Mid-Columbia Conference duel at Richland, and we wish the Blue Devils the very, very best as postseason competition arises. It's been a great season so far for the Walleye boys and girls wrestlers, and we anxiously await the postseason for Walleye Wrestling. That will do it for our wrestling update, presented by our good friends Dr. Antonio Caso and Dr. Cecil Ash at Walla Walla Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Walla Walla OMS is located at 312 South 3rd Avenue. In our halftime score, Kamiakin 32, Walleye 20. We will conclude our land title of Walla Walla County halftime report after a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. Listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Hello, Sarah Rick, Service Director at Walla Walla Toyota. We have a cutting-edge, new technology, Hunter Alignment Checker and Laser Tire Tread Analyzer. We are offering this to the entire community at absolutely no cost with no appointment needed. Stop by during our open service hours and let us give you a state-of-the-art color printout of your alignment specs and exact tire tread depths and wear patterns.
Walla Walla Toyota Service Department, 509-537-0124.
The cold weather is here. Stock up on winter products from L&G Ranch Supply in Walla Walla, like stock tank heaters for the animals. For pets, find heated beds and bowls. Look for in-store specials on Science Diet brand pet food. For you or as a gift, find tough insulated Carhartt bibs, jackets, and a full line of winter work gloves. Get rid of ice on driveways and sidewalks with True Value brand ice melt. Shop L&G Ranch Supply for winter products today. Your local True Value store on East Isaacs Avenue in Walla Walla. L&G Ranch Supply.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And welcome back to the Walleye Gym. Roy Elia coming to you for our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. The Walleye Blue Devil girls trailing the Kamiakin Braves here at halftime by a score of 32-20. Now conclude our land title of Walla Walla County halftime report by sending shout-outs to the Walleye girls bowlers and the Walleye boys swimmers. We wish them all the very, very best. The Walleye girls bowlers were scheduled to compete yesterday in the Mid-Columbia Conference District Championships. The boys, in the meantime, well on their way to postseason competition as well. We'd also like to tell you about Outdoor School. Walleye students, here's an opportunity for you to serve as a student leader for a 5th grade camp. This spring, Walla Walla 5th graders are heading to Camp Dudley for an amazing camp experience, and you could play an important part. It's going to be in April of 2025, lasts for a couple of days, and more information is available by contacting Shayna Hutchins, room A124. We want to remind you once again, the annual Big Blue Boosters fundraising dinner and auction scheduled for March 29th at the Walla Walla Fairgrounds. Scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. Tickets are $50 apiece. More information is available by contacting Walla Walla High School and or Big Blue Boosters. That's going to do it for our halftime report. It was presented by our good friend Phil Wasser. The land title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. Land title of Walla Walla County handles all kinds of real estate transactions, both commercial and private, including broker and for sale by owner transactions. Land title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. And our third quote of this evening, presented by our good friend and former Walleye athlete Darren Harvey at Mountain High Truck and Equipment. Kamiakin with the first possession of the second half. Heidemann far side with the basketball. She'll dribble into the lane. It's cut off. Off for Shoemaker. Near side, it is Childs. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Drive near side, goes by 3 Blue Devils. Cannot score off the glass, gets her own rebound, and she is fouled inside. And that foul is called on Miriam Hutchins. Childs to the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first off the front of the rim, no good. And a correction, Kamiakin had 2 Bruce Reed threes in the first half. Ellie Heidemann had 5 points in the first half, not 4, as previously stated. The second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw missed by Childs, and the Blue Devils come away with a basketball. Here is Agard near side to Hutchins. Between the rings to Macy Agert. Near side, Hutchins spots up for an open three. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound deflected once, twice, taken by Hutchins. Hutchins goes into the lane and scores! Merriam with a half dozen in the game, and it's 32-22 in favor of Kamiakin. White Marsh Bass with the basketball on the dribble against Merriam Hutchins. Pass to the near side to Shoemaker. Taylor Shoemaker around a pick by Heron. Hoops it in the lane for Heron. Goes around Davenport and scores, and she is fouled. It's 2 team fouls in the quarter on the Blue Devils. It's the first on Jaylyn Davenport. Heron to the stripe for one shot. Walla Walla Daily Grind attempt is up, and it is good. She rattled it home. And she has 12 points in the contest, and Kamiakin up by a baker's dozen, 35-22. Blue Devils with the basketball. Near side, here's Hutchins. Shot on the way, and that one is good from the near wing for Merriam Hutchins. And it's 35-24 in favor of Kamiakin. Near side with the basketball is Childs against Bridget Boyd. On a pick by Heron, picked up in a switch by Davenport. Pass inside for Heron, left a lay-in short. The ball off to Bridget Boyd. Boyd into the front court with a basketball. Between the rings to Macy Agert. Far side, Addie Andrews. Andrews into the lane. Up top for Agert. She'll drive near side. She is cut off. Gets it on the wing to Andrews. She'll dribble into the near corner. Go across the court to Hutchins. Shot on the way by Merriam. Is off the rim, no good. And the rebound off to Childs of Kamiakin. 35-24 Kamiakin. 5:53 and counting left in the third quarter. Childs with a basketball. Pass to the high post, knocked away by Boyd, taken by Hutchins. Her pass to the far side deflected, taken by Macy Agert. It's the ball inside, shot put up and missed by Boyd. Rebound comes off to Heron, now on the near side to Heidemann. Heidemann into the front court with a basketball for the Braves, who lead 35-24. Drives down the far side, puts one up over Andrews, no good, but she is knocked to the deck and fouled by Addie Andrews. And that stops the clock with 5:25 remaining in the third. First free throw by Heidemann is up and good. Ellie with 6 points in the game. Second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw is also good by Heidemann. She has 7 points in the contest. And Kamiakin up by 13, 37-24. Andrews with a bounce pass. It's deflected in the backcourt by Heron. Agert, far side to Andrews. In the far corner goes to Boyd. One dribble on the baseline. Shot far side. Blocked out of bounds by White Marsh Bass. And the ball will stay with the Blue Devils with 15 seconds on the shot clock. 5:09 remaining in the third. 37-24 in favor of Kamiakin. Hutchins looking to inbound near corner to Agert. Now it's Boyd. Bridget Boyd with one dribble. Going to be called for a travel. And the ball back to Kamiakin. White Marsh Bass to inbound on the near sideline. Gets it in to Heidemann. Ellie Heidemann on the far side to Shoemaker. Up top to Childs. Now to Heron. Heron. Far side to Heidemann. Heidemann gets it in the lane. Nice pass. Ball knocked away from White Marsh Bass, but taken by Childs. Shot in the lane, not close. Hit nothing but the glass, and the rebound off to Merriam Hutchins. Hutchins down the near side. Stops. Ball knocked away. Stolen by Heron. Heron to the other end. Lays it up and in with the left hand. Heron has 14. Kamiakin up by 15. 39-24. Here's Boyd driving down the middle. Puts it up no good, and the rebound off to Kamiakin. Ball taken by Childs, and she has the ball knocked away by Andrews, but maintains possession of the basketball, and she is going to be fouled on the near side by either Andrews or Hutchins. The hustle not rewarded. The foul called on Addie Andrews. Wheatland Bakery substitution, Corinne Hayes back for the Blue Devils, along with Lucy Billingsley. Addie Andrews checks out, along with Jaylyn Davenport. 4:18 left in the third, 39-24 in favor of Kamiakin. Ball in the near corner to Shoemaker. on the near wing. White Marsh pass. Her pass knocked away, taken by the Blue Devils, taken by Boyd. Boyd down the far side, cut off by Heidemann. In the far corner it goes to Eggert. In the lane for Billingsley. Left-handed shot knocked out of bounds by White Marsh Bass, and the ball stays with the Blue Devils. Here Edward Jones. Hank Warden scoreboard update. Kamiakin 39, Wahai 24. And a timeout called by the Blue Devils with 4:04 left in the third. A 30-second timeout, 39-24 Kamiakin, and we'll be back after a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Doyle Electric delivers an amazing range of services and products to the Walla Walla Valley. Doyle Electric's 5 divisions all strive to satisfy every customer, every time. Doyle's experienced pump and motor staff services and sells pumps and motors, from large irrigation to domestic systems, along with water purification and conditioning setups for healthier, better tasting water for you and your family. The best products and service. Doyle Electric. We care about your safety.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Scoreboard update moments ago presented by our good friend Hank Warden at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. Give Hank a call at 509-240-3948. Out of the Knocking Point timeout period, Hutchins far side, shot blocked by Heron. Ball out of bounds to the Blue Devils with 18 seconds on the shot clock. 39-24 Kamiakin, 4:01 left in the third. Inbounds pass knocked away by Kamiakin, taken by Kamiakin, an outlet into the front court to Heidemann, and Heidemann lays the ball up and in. Far side here is Boyd. Boyd along the far baseline in the lane for Hayes. Hayes is double teamed, goes through the double team, lays it up, no good. Rebound taken by Hayes, who was deflected to her by Hutchins, and a foul is going to be called as Corinne Hayes is knocked to her wallet. She is fouled on the play by White Marsh Bass. Corinne Hayes at the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first is no good. Another attempt for Corinne Hayes with 3:39 left in the third. And that free throw is good. Corinne Hayes with 3 points in the contest. The Blue Devils down 41-25. Near side here is Shoemaker with a basketball. Up top for Childs. Childs just inside the free throw line. Far corner, White Marsh Bass. Now on the wing to Heidemann for a three that is around and off, no good. Rebound taken by Childs. Childs puts back a left-handed lay-in. That is good after collecting the offensive rebound. It's 43-25 in favor of Kamiakin. Boyd in the lane for Hutchins, and Hutchins is going to be grabbed and fouled by Childs. Childs with the foul. That is her first, team second. Wheatland Bakery substitutions. Davenport and Andrews back for the Blue Devils. Boyd checks out, as does Macy Eggert. Blue Devils to inbound on the baseline front court with 3:09 left in the third. Ball inbounded to Davenport, almost had it knocked away. One dribble. Bounce it on the wing to Hutchins. Now it's on the far side to Andrews. A three on the way by Double A is no good. Rebound deflected out of bounds. Almost saved in bounds by Hayes, but not quite. And the ball back to Kamiakin. We're also brought to you in part by our friends Rodney and Kelly Bullington at Oregon Grain Growers, using local grains and ingredients to showcase local agriculture. Oregon Grain Growers, 511 Southeast Court Avenue in Pendleton. Kamiakin basketball. The Braves up 43-25, 2:41 and counting left in the third quarter. Pass near side, deflected out front, stolen by the Blue Devils. Davenport into the front court after the Kamiakin turnover. Near corner Hutchins, three on the way by Miriam is off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound knocked out of bounds by the Blue Devils far side, and the ball back to Kamiakin. 2:29 left in the third. Kamiakin 43, the Blue Devils 25. The next dead ball, Marielle Mendoza, a Wheatland Bakery substitution for the Blue Devils. High post, White Marsh Bass is double and triple teamed, and then a elbow is thrown, alternating possession back to the Blue Devils. White Marsh Bass was tied up at the high post, double and triple teamed. Marielle Mendoza in for the Blue Devils for Lucy Billingsley, who got an elbow in the face from White Marsh Bass could have easily been called an intentional foul. Perhaps a technical foul on White Marsh Bass for throwing an elbow. But no such luck on that as Christensen, Wheatland Bakery substitution, enters for Kamiakin, and she is in for Taylor Shoemaker. Mendoza near side to Andrews. Andrews between the rings to Mendoza, and she is bumped and fouled by Heidemann. And the Blue Devils will inbound on the far sideline in front court. Hutchins to get it in, does so to Mendoza, and Mendoza going to be called for over and back as she stepped into the backcourt, and the Blue Devils give the ball back to Kamiakin on an unforced error. Ball inbounded to Heidemann. 43-25 Kamiakin, 2:04 and counting left in the third quarter. Near corner, Heidemann with the basketball. On the wing to Heron. Up top, White Marsh Bass, and she is knocked to the deck and fouled by Mendoza. Now what goes around comes around. Mendoza is called for that foul, and White Marsh Bass will step to the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws.
That's her first personal foul. Walleye is over the limit.
1:56 left in the third. Kamiakin led 18-11 after one quarter, 32-20 at halftime. And now leads 44-25. The first Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw by White Marsh Bass is up and good. Here's her second. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound deflected by Heron once, twice, and taken out front by Childs. Childs on the dribble. Far side Heron. Up top Heidemann. 3 on the way is going to be short. And the rebound taken inside by Christensen. She has it knocked out of bounds by Hayes. And the ball will stay with Kamiakin. 44-25 Kamiakin. 1:44 left in the third quarter. Graves inbounding on the baseline. Bounce in far side to Heron. Up top to Childs. Childs against Corinne Hayes. Far side to Heron. She'll bring it out on the dribble. Picked up by Corinne Hayes. Dribbles far side. Going to throw up a runner off the glass, off the iron. The rebound going to be taken by Kamiakin. Christian far side to Heron. Gets it inside for White Marsh Bass. He lost the ball to Corinne Hayes. And now off to Hutchins. Miriam Hutchins front court. Stops. Pass to the free throw line to Hayes. Knocked away and stolen by Heron. Does a little pinwheel. Gets it in the front court to Childs. Shot put up no good with the left hand, but she is fouled. Wheatland Bakery substitutions for the Blue Devils. Billingsley and Boyd to re-enter. But first, a free throw by Childs. That last foul, the fourth personal on Addie Andrews. Boyd and Billingsley back. Andrews to the sideline along with Miriam Hutchins. 1:12 left in the third. Another Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw for Childs. It's up and no good. Rebound deflected and out of bounds. So the ball will stay with Kamiakin. Last touched by the Blue Devils. Kamiakin inbound on the baseline with 1:08 left in the third quarter. So pass in the lane, shot put up and no good by Heron. Missed it with the left hand. Nice cut to the goal, but she could not finish. Here's Mendoza near side to Billingsley. Lucy needs to get rid of the ball and does to Mendoza. Ariel off to Bridget Boyd. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Boyd dribbling far side, has the ball knocked away, recovered by Hayes, pass inside. And the ball to Davenport. She goes to the deck and is called for traveling. And the ball back to Kamiakin with 42 6/10 seconds remaining in period 3. 44-25 in favor of Kamiakin. Heidemann front court. Near side to Childs, lost the ball, recovered it. She is guarded by Mendoza. Off to Christensen. Near side, Heron gets it in the lane. Lane put up no good by White Marsh Bass. She is knocked to the deck and fouled. And that foul is called on Bridget Boyd. It's her third. White Marsh Bass to the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first one is up and good. Upcoming, the 11th free throw attempt in the quarter for Kamiakin. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Davenport. 45-25 Kamiakin. 20 seconds and counting left in the third. Billingsley far side, off for Bridget Boyd. Boyd on the far side, bounce it inside for Hayes. The ball is knocked away. Corinne recovers it against the Kamiakin double team. Looks to bounce it inside. The ball is kicked inside as she looked for Davenport near side. And the ball stays with the Blue Devils. The shot clock is off. 9.5 seconds left, third period. Boyd to inbound. Does so to Davenport. Davenport down the far side, puts it up no good off the rim, but a foul is going to be called on Kamiakin. And that foul is called on White Marsh Bass. That's her third. And the free throw by Davenport. It's off the back of the rim, no good. The first Walla Walla Daily Grind attempt is not good for Jalen Davenport.
Animal veterinary medical needs.
KGDC Walla Walla.
The fourth quarter is presented by our good friend, former Wall High athlete Darren Harvey at Mountain High Truck and Equipment. Welcome back to the Wall High Gym. Roy Eli coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. Kamiakin Lady Braves leading the Wall High Lady Blue Devils 45-25 as we begin the fourth and final period. Here's a drive far side. A good drive by Jalen Davenport. And on the drive to the goal and in the act of shooting, she is fouled on the play by Heron. Back to the strike, Jalen Davenport for a couple of Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. The first is perfect. Jalen now with 8 points in the ball game. The Blue Devils with just 10 field goals through three quarters, 2 from Bruce Reed territory. As the second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw by Jalen Davenport. It's nothing but net. It's now 45-27 in favor of Kamiakin. The Braves with 17 field goals through three quarters, 2 from Bruce Reed range. And we have a whistle and a foul called on the Blue Devils. Heron possessing at the high post. She is fouled by Jalen Davenport. There's a pass in for Heron, blows the lane, gets it back and puts it back as nobody screened her off. Heron with 16 points in the ball game, right at her season average or just under it, as Hutchins drains a three from the deep far corner. And that Bruce Reed three means $10 to Big Blue Boosters. Compliments of George and Chase Hessler at Edward Jones. 47-30 Kamiakin, 7:02 and counting left in the fourth. Here's a runner by White Marsh Bass that is no good. And the rebound off to Miriam Hutchins. Middle of the floor to Eggert. Far side Davenport. It's on the baseline of Billingsley. Near side Hutchins. Jumper on the way is good for the near wing. 5 quick points for Hutchins, and it's 47-32 in favor of Kamiakin. 6:38 and counting the time remaining to be played in the fourth quarter. Up top, here is Childs into the lane. She is grabbed and fouled on the floor. Fouled before the shot attempt just inside the free throw line. And the foul is called on Billingsley. Kamiakin inbounding on the baseline. The ball into Heron. Now to Heineman. Near corner to Childs. Childs to the wing on the dribble. Corner to Heron. And pass inside. Stolen by Bridget Boyd. Boyd far side to Macy Eggert. Eggert far corner to Boyd. On the baseline to Billingsley. One dribble. Puts it up. Air ball. And the rebound taken near side by Childs. 47-32 Kamiakin. 6:05 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Heidemann with a basketball. Far side, Shoemaker. One dribble. High post to Heron. Up top to Heidemann. Heidemann near corner for a three-point attempt. Up and no good for Childs. Offensive rebound taken by Heron. Gets it inside for White Marsh Bass for an uncontested lay-in. 49-32 in favor of Kamiakin. Driving far side is Billingsley. Off to Boyd. Passing the lane. Knocked away by Kamiakin. Taken by Kamiakin. Here is Heron. Far side 4. Shoemaker misses the lay-in, and the rebound off to Hutchins, far side to Davenport. Stops on the far side, off for Lucy Billingsley. Billingsley in the lane for Davenport, and she lays the ball up and in. Nice pass by Lucy Billingsley, a strong finish by Jaylyn Davenport, and a timeout called by the Blue Devils with 5:20 left in the fourth. 49-34 Kamiakin, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. This timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Pocket iNet Communications is now offering internet service that is an incredible 20 times faster than cable to the residents of Walla Walla Valley. You too can get access to this super high-speed gigabit internet by visiting pocketinet.crowdfiber.com and entering your address. That's pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. Welcome to Gigabit Country. No limits, just possibilities.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Back once again at the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location. Courtside, the Wahai Blue Devil girls trailing the Kamiakin Braves 49-34. We have 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining to be played in this Mid-Columbia Conference girls basketball game, the first half of our Blue Devil basketball doubleheader. We're also brought to you in part this evening by our friends Rodney and Kelly Bullington at Oregon Grain Growers, using local grains and ingredients to showcase local agriculture. Oregon Grain Growers, 511 Southeast Court Avenue in Pendleton. Knocking Point timeout period is over. Kamiakin in possession of the basketball. Heidemann on the near side to Childs. Childs on the wing. Loops it inside for Heron, and an errant pass, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Blue Devils. Thought it was simply a throwaway, but Wahai got a hand on it, and the ball stays with Kamiakin. White Marsh Bass, her pass deflected right back at her by Hutchins, and the ball stays with Kamiakin. Far corner, it's Heron. On the wing to Shoemaker. Near side to Childs. Childs will drive near side, lost the basketball, and the ball is taken by Davenport. Far side here is Billingsley with the basketball. Hands it off to Boyd. Now it is Macy Eggert. Far corner to Boyd. Boyd along the baseline. Gets it in the lane. Shot put up and good, and a foul called. Miriam Hutchins with the field goal. And that foul is called on Heron. And Miriam Hutchins to the stripe for a Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw. Miriam Hutchins, 7 points. Here in the fourth quarter, her free throw is missed. Long rebound far side taken by Shoemaker. 49-36 Kamiakin, 4:38 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Here is Heron with a basketball. Heron against Davenport, pass in the near corner, shot put up and good for three from the near corner by Taylor Shoemaker. 52-36 Kamiakin. Near side, it's Hutchins, in for Davenport. Far side Boyd, three on the way by Bridge. He is good! From the far wing, Bridget Boyd builds a bridge to a Bruce Reed three. And at the other end, Heidemann drives in strong, and she is going to be fouled. Bridget Boyd with her first field goal of the ball game, and that means $10 more for Big Blue Boosters. Compliments of Georgia and Chase Hessler at Edward Jones. That last foul was on Davenport, her third. And the first Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw by Heidemann is up and good. Wheatland Bakery substitution, Corinne Hayes into the Wahai lineup for Jaylyn Davenport. There's the second free throw by Heidemann. It is perfect. Nothing but net for Heidemann. It's 54-39 Kamiakin. We're at the midway point of the fourth quarter. That score uttered a second ago. Your Edward Jones, Hank Warden scoreboard update. In the far corner with the basketball is Boyd. Closely guarded by Childs. Childs knocks the ball away from her. It's loose on the deck. Childs gets it ahead to Heidemann. Heidemann will get it in the front court to Shoemaker, and her lane is no good, and the rebound off to Hutchins. Miriam into the front court on the dribble. Far side to Billingsley, between the rings to Eggert. Eggert with the basketball on the dribble. Near side it goes to Corinne Hayes, up top to Eggert. Eggert far side to Boyd. Boyd will drive on the far side. Got by Childs. Lays it up, no, but she's fouled from behind by Crimson Childs.
Foul number 12, Crimson Childs. That's her second personal foul, 13 foul.
Bridget Boyd at the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws with 3:20 left in the fourth. The first one is off the back of the rim, no good. 54-39 Kamiakin. And another Walla Walla Daily Grind attempt for Bridget Boyd. It is up, and it is good. And a timeout called by the Blue Devils with 3:20 remaining in the fourth quarter. Kamiakin 54, Wall-High 40. Wheatland Bakery substitutions after the timeout period. Addie Andrews, Delilah Franson will re-enter after we step aside for a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters, 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Trustworthy, ethical, honest. These are important words when you're choosing your home services company. Hi, I'm Terry from Total Comfort Solutions, and at Total Comfort Solutions, these words are part of our core values and something we represent in every communication and service we have with you, our customer. So if you're in need of heating, air conditioning, or plumbing services, you can be sure we are striving to provide the best possible customer experience. Visit us on the web at comfortrightdayornight.com. Total Comfort Solutions, one less thing to worry about.
KGDC Walla Walla.
The scoreboard update earlier in the quarter presented by our good friend Hank Wharton at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. Give Hank a call at 509-240-3948. Kamiakin 54, the Wall-High Blue Devil girls 40. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining to be played in the fourth quarter. The Blue Devils will pick up in the backcourt. Heidemann skips a pass far side to Shoemaker, middle of the floor to Heron. Now on the near side to Heidemann. Here is Heron with a basketball. Against a Blue Devil zone look. Pass near side, an Aaron pass is deflected by the Braves, taken by Childs, gets it inside for Heron. On the near side, White Marsh pass for three. It is off the rim, no good, and the rebound off to Hutchins. Merriam into the front court with a basketball. Picked up by Childs between the rings to Bridget Boyd. Boyd on the far side to Macy Eggert. Near side, Andrews. Addie Andrews. Couple of dribbles near side against Heidemann. Stops, hands it off for Hutchins. Shot on the way by Merriam for three. It's in and out, no good, and the rebound off to Heron. Heron off to Heidemann. On the far side, it is White Marsh Bass. Pass near side, deflected, but taken by Shoemaker. She drives to the goal, misses it. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds by the Blue Devils. It will be Kamiakin ball. 2:23 left in the fourth. 54-40 in favor of Kamiakin. White Marsh Bass to inbound on the baseline, front court. Gets it in for Heron, and an easy lay-in by Heron. Heron with 18 points in the game, and a steal far side by Heron. Off to Childs. Childs with a basketball, has it knocked away by Hutchins. Ball off to Andrews. Addie into the front court. Addie near side. Drops it off for Hutchins. Hutchins to the wing against Heidemann. Pass inside for Franzen. Near side Andrews. Three on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good. And the rebound off to Heron. Far side to Childs. And now it is Heidemann in possession. 1:48 and counting left in the fourth. 56-40 in favor of Kamiakin. Pass inside, stolen by Eggert. The pass by White Marsh Bass. Far side, it is Andrews. Up top for Boyd. Boyd off to Eggert. Near side, Franzen. Bounce it in the near corner to Bridget Boyd. Against Heron. Up top to Franzen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Near corner, here is Hutchins for three, and it's good! Another Bruce Reed three for the Blue Devils, and a full timeout called by the Blue Devils with 1:16 remaining in the fourth. A Wheatland Bakery substitution after the timeout period. Mariel Mendoza will re-enter the Wall-High lineup after this Knocking Point timeout. It's a 30-second timeout called by the Blue Devils, who had themselves a nice third quarter. The Blue Devils with 18 points here in the final frame, compared with 11 for Kamiakin. And what was the score at the end of the first quarter? That's right, Kamiakin 18, Wall-High 11. That incidentally was also the halftime score of the Wall-High girls game with Hanford. And the two teams met here in the Wall-High gym in mid-December. Just another little factoid as we wind things down here in this first half of our Blue Devil basketball doubleheader. The knocking point timeout period is over. Kamiakin in possession. Near side here is Heron. Heron loops it inside. Lay-in put up and good by Childs as the Blue Devil press does not work so well. Akers does it for Childs. 58-43 Kamiakin. Far side, Mendoza with a basketball. Far corner to Boyd, on the wing to Hutchins. Against Childs, up top Mendoza. Near side it goes to Addie Andrews. We're in the final minute of the fourth quarter, and a bounce pass out front goes out of bounds as Mendoza hit the deck. And the ball back to Kamiakin on the Blue Devil misfortune. Ball is inbounded to Heron. Heron holds it in the backcourt, gives it off to Shoemaker, far side to Childs. Back to Taylor Shoemaker between the rings. Far side to Childs. Off the White Marsh pass, picked up in a switch by Boyd. Now it is off to Childs. Pass inside, knocked away. It's recovered by a White Marsh pass. Now it's in the near corner of Heidemann. Heidemann along the baseline, goes into the lane. Now the Braves continue to swing it around. Heron attempts the three far side and missed it from the wing. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and here come the Blue Devils. Down to 13 seconds left in the final period. Franzen at the top of the key on the near side of Mendoza. 7 seconds with 6. Here is Hutchins with 5, with 4, with 3. Near side Boyd puts up a desperation shot that's blocked by Heron. Loose ball near side, and this ball game is over. Final score, Kamiakin 58, Wall-High 43. And we will have our Chevelle Construction postgame show for you after we step aside for a 2-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Need to make your house or apartment a little bigger? Hey, remodeling's expensive. All you need to do is store some of your stuff. And Burn Street RV and Mini Storage has the perfect size units for you. Burn Street RV and Mini Storage is located just off of Reese Avenue over by Memorial Golf Course, right here in Walla Walla. Call 520-1467 for more information on the available sizes. That's 520-1467. And if you mention that you heard this ad on the radio, you'll get a special rate. Call now, 520-1467 for Burn Street RV and Mini Storage.